Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. From coast to coast and sea to shine and sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live, where the world comes to talk radio. We're back in studio. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about how the autumn solstice, which is today, affects radio. We'll do a lot more, too. From around the world, welcome back. This is Ham Radio Live. Well, everybody, what do you say we get started again? It's been a while. Glad you're here. Thank you for making a special show from around the world, wherever you may be. What do you say we start the show and say away we go? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Shackton, Oregon. Doggone it, we made it back. That is a long drive. For those who've never done, like, the Portland area down to Northern California, about the San Jose area, roughly, it's awful. It really is.
And now, hilarious moment.
Okay, so really, oh gosh, you're down there and you're tired, right? You get down there really tired. And then you're thinking the whole time, I've got to make that drive again in a few days. And as the days get closer, you're like going, oh gosh, can we just fly or something?
Okay, we had a problem here.
Yeah, pretty much. We're here to help you get yourself an amateur radio, and that is a fun hobby. Doggone it, it's so much fun to do. No matter where you're at in the world, you can contact people worldwide to have fun. And there's so many different ways you can do this hobby. You can talk on the microphone. You can use a keyboard. If you don't want to talk, you can send photos, do slow scan television. You can refract signals off satellites. You can do it off the moon. I mean, it's endless what you could do in amateur radio. To start out, get a hold of a large radio group like the American Radio Relay League at www.arrl.org. Let them know you want to be a licensed amateur operator and where you're from. They'll send you an email back, and that'll have a local club to you. Contact the club, get to know them, and they'll help you with getting on the air. www.arrl.org. Tomorrow's a big day for the WRMI CQ calling show. Thank you. If you're here from there, I want to thank you for coming. We're heard all over the world on WRMI. Thanks to ICOM for sponsoring the show. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Find a frequency and a time near you, and please, we'd love to have you join that show on Shortwave. If you'd like to email me, you can do so at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com, and a pretty fun Discord group as well at ham-radio-live. We do have a topic question today, and it's going to be a polarizing question, but I don't want it to be negative, so we're going to try and make this positive, okay? Do you like contesting? This is like a big question, right, in amateur radio, because some people love to contest. Some people like to dabble in it. Some people hate it. Why or why not? What is the reason why you like it or don't like it? Put it in the comment section. We'll make it part of today's show. Weather Day, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. And there is a cavalry coming up on that left lower side of the sun.
Tell me something good.
Oh, yeah. We got some good conditions coming your way. Take a look. A big circle right there on the backside. That little crescent area is the backside of the sun coming our way. And we've got some better conditions coming. And that looks like a very active region as well. A few days ago, the sunspot looks like this. Now, imagine you take all the brightness away from the sun, and all you can see is the sunspots, which are magnetic areas on the sun. The sun's just a giant magnet. It really is. Every 11 years, the north and south polarity flips. That's what starts a solar cycle. So when we take a look at sunspots, those are basically magnetic areas that are charged, and that's where coronal holes can come from, because the particles inside of those sunspots can all of a sudden change polarity. And when that happens, just like if you take a car battery, for example, you have jumper cables and you click them together, giant spark comes out. Well, it's the same thing that happens when we have a coronal mass ejection. You have the north and the south, the positive and negative area within that sunspot collide, and kabam, there you go, big sunspot, CME. That's how it works. So here's the way it looked a few days ago, and this looked actually pretty good. Today's view is this, and 3105 is the new sunspot region. It's very large, and we have a good chance of some conditions improving this week, but we're going to have to get rid of some noise floor issues coming up as well. Coronal hole map doesn't look too bad. Typically, coronal holes are in the north and south poles, but during solar cycles, as everything on the sun, they can move towards Earth and away from Earth, but right now, nothing named, so we get good conditions. Now, we can also look at the sun's condition as kind of like your heart monitor when you get an EKG, right? And it tells you how good your heart's working. This gives us an idea of the sun's condition. Last 3 days, no big flares have happened. We nearly did get an M flare here, and there is a 30% chance for an M flare later on today. SFI 137, sunspot number, that's a smooth sunspot number, down 70 now. It's down to 70. That's just -4 from yesterday. It's a very low drop. The area number jump is huge, 280 to 720 now. So the area number is 720. That's going to tell us SFIs are sure to rise. Your KP index, this is noise floors, and they're real good right now. Tonight is a great night. If you have an opportunity to use your radio this evening, please do, because you have good low noise floors tonight, and they're going to get loud starting tomorrow. So tonight would be a great night to use your radio. Here is the 3-day geomagnetic forecast. This really spells it out. KP2 today, doubling tomorrow to a 4, and then we hit a G1 geomagnetic storm coming up for Friday. So noise floors expect to really rise, and it's going to be a little loud on the band. So please just, get your good work done tonight if you can. And by the way, first day of fall, we're going to talk about that today on the show, as well as how fall impacts amateur radio. I hope you enjoyed that segment. The current QRZ conditions, courtesy of the wonderful people over at QRZ. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Here is what it is. 137 for a sunspot number. This is the updated number. It comes out right at 20 UTC every day. So they send the Digisonde up. They get the idea of exactly what's going on with the sun, and we get that number. So it's at 137 right now. Smooth sunspot number they show is 70, and honestly, that's not too bad right now. We've got good conditions. Your BZ latitude is good too. It's a positive 4.5. Solar wind 468.6 kilometers per second. That's not too high. That's good conditions. And then take a look at the HF band conditions. You can see there, it looks like up to 12, kind of okay. 10, not going to be good. You'll get 10. You really will. In the Northern Hemisphere, you'll get 10 today. If you're not already getting it, you should be getting it. EME for moon balancers tonight looks like fair conditions. Signal to noise level, take a look at S0 to S1. That's very quiet. And tonight will be the last night we'll have that. Kilo Charlie 2 Golf map. This is currently up in Alaska, 20 megahertz near Fairbanks. 24 Southern California, 26. Take a look here towards the west coast, right around, this would be about southeastern Idaho, 26 megahertz. And as you head north into Canada, you're on 15 meters, so 21 bisects. Most of the northern part of Canada near Hudson Bay and south. So 15 meters right now in Canada, but better conditions still coming. 23 near Toronto, 24 Great Lakes, 29 Panhandle of Florida, 28 right now around Houston. So the good 10-meter band stuff's in the south, and it's coming our way north. Getting into South America, 33 megahertz in South Brazil, in South Venezuela, 36 in Brazil, 26 down in Sao Paulo, over towards Africa. They get everything, really, in the 10-meter band, huge swath of it in the north and middle part of the country. But right now at night, looks like in South Africa, you're at about 12 megahertz on the Indian Ocean side, where Minan typically is, about 20-meter band. And heading towards the north, you're at 19 megahertz up in Great Britain, 15 in France, about 17 in Germany, 12 in Germany, 30, let me get back here a little bit. My eyes are looking bad. 13 in Portugal, 13 in Spain, 14 in Sicily, 12 in Greece, and 11 in Israel. Right now in the Far East, waking up 25 megahertz, great number there for Tokyo. And in Australia, some wonderful conditions for you today. You're going to work 10 meters to death. You really will. Great conditions there. 22 near Townsville, Brisbane at 27, south towards, if you're getting towards Sydney, right about 22 megahertz, and down in Tasmania, 17, but 20 meters, 10 meters, I should say, is coming your way. Both North and South Islands as well in New Zealand, going to get to 10-meter band today. Your forecast, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Look at this. SFIs continue to rise. Noise floor is quiet tonight, get noisy tomorrow, and Friday will be worse than tomorrow. Voice bands 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10 in the north. Equatorial latitudes 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Southern hemisphere today 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. In the southern hemisphere north of 45 degrees south latitude. Now, this is a good day to work your radio. CB radio skip open in the mid-north and south hemisphere today. Data modes will work you 30 to 10 meters. What more could you ask for today, huh? Really, good conditions. Tonight, on your ham bands, low noise floors, good night to work your radio. Tomorrow night going to be a little loud. You might get an S2 to S3 noise floor. This may go S5, S6 on Friday. Could get that loud. So really work your radio tonight. Nighttime ham band openings 160, 80, 60, 40, 30. Best DX, maximum usable frequency at sunset. 17 and 20 meters are great go-tos for DX right at sunset. Don't be afraid to work them. And 40 meters going to work great right now because each hemisphere has equal sunlight. Then work your lower bands to reach about 40 and 80 meters. Shortwave bands today for our shortwave listeners, 31, 25, 22 in the 19 meter band. And shortwave nighttime, remember, shortwave nighttime bands are going to be quiet tonight. They will rise in noise floor tomorrow and another big noise floor rise on Friday. So today, good day to DX in the evening. 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, and 41 are mostly going to be affected by the higher noise, but they will be reasonably good to hear. Also, 31, 25, 22, and the 19 meter band still heard both north and south for about a half hour or so after sunset. You'll make some good DX on the shortwave dial tonight. And great SFI with low noise floors equals good conditions. Yes, welcome to the show, everybody. It's good to see you. It is really so good to see you guys. Man, as I was coming back from Portland, it was like, gosh, I don't know if there's time, but it's like, okay, usually try and do a show for people in Australia and you know, in New Zealand and the South Seas and so forth on Tuesdays and Fridays. That way they can take part in the shows in their area. I said Tuesday, Friday, I meant Tuesday, Thursday. In the time zone there in Australia, New Zealand, and for example, you know, Malaysia and so forth, it would be Wednesday and Friday. So it was like I couldn't do the show yesterday because I was dog rear end tired. I was so tired. But today, it's like, gosh, I just want to get back in studio and do a show. I'm grateful you're here today. I missed you a ton. Let's find out who the heck is first, second, and third on the show today. All right. We got some good people here. First up, get this, it is the 18th time he's done it. It is 18 times he's come in first place. He's just making a bigger distance now between him and second place, which would be Avery, Kilo 4, Victoria Romeo Yankee. The Smokin' Ape with call sign number 1 comes in first again on the show. Good job, Ape. Well done, mate. That's so cool. Just amazing. Give him the flowers and let him enjoy. My brother Bob, second up, courtesy of WIFI, welcome. Greg, good to see you. It's always a pleasure. All the way from New England, third place. Welcome, Greg. I'm this close. In fact, I almost played Boston Rock and Roll Band today for you. I almost did. Greg's from New England, so he would love that song. That song is coming. It's coming. Elmer time. Jeff, Alpha Delta 7, Lima, November. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Jeff, it's good to see you always. You know that. My friend Steve, 2 Echo 0 X-Ray Sierra Hotel. Welcome from the UK. Eamon Azar from Indiana, November 9 Sierra Echo Sierra. Sal Colozo, I hope I said that right. I don't want to make it bad. Whiskey November 1 Bravo from Rhode Island. First timer and welcome. Hi, Sal. Nice to have you part of Ham Radio Live. Thank you for coming today. Good afternoon to you there in the beautiful Rhode Island state. I love Rhode Island. Got a dear friend in law enforcement in East Providence, Rhode Island. Good man, a good friend. In fact, his Christmas card's right there. My goodness. Good guy. Sal, welcome. It's good to have you. Sam Weaver's here. Hi, Sam. Always a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for being here. Rudolph Smith from Holland. Welcome, my friend. And there is my friend Tom all the way in Bahrain. My gosh, that is continent number 3. Tom, welcome. Good to have you. Oh my gosh. David Lauricia, that's continent number 4. Look at that. Dave, how are you? Lima Whiskey 4, Delta Alpha Foxtrot. Hi, Larry. Happy autumn, spring in South America. Yes, it is. Yep. I'm jealous. I am. I'm not a big fall person. I think I said the last show. I don't like fall. It's just like, oh, I love the longer days, love the warm days, love the warm nights. I'm a summer and spring guy. Spring first. That's my favorite. And then fall. I mean, spring, summer comes next. David, enjoy that spring down there in Argentina, mate. Seriously, man, love it. 4 continents. It's beautiful. Thanks, guys. Reading that. I really do. Sean, welcome. Alpha India 7 Echo Quebec. That's Central Oregon here. Nice to have you, buddy. Rob is here. Nice to see you, Rob, from Tucson, November 7, Tango Tango Alpha. Welcome back. Good to have you. And Steve, 2 Echo 0 X-Ray Sierra Hotel. Nice t-shirt. This is, my brother, this story behind this, okay? So, again, a Larry moment, okay?
And now, a Larry moment.
So we went to the store, and we were at the beach. Karen and I were, right? And we saw this shirt. We thought, oh, that's perfect for Bob. Oh, perfect. It said, let's eat Bob. And then there was these 2 sharks at a table, right? So let's eat Bob, and then let's eat Bob, because the comma was there. And it was so funny. And I just happened to find this shirt. And I was like, oh, I've got to get that shirt. And you can't probably see the bottom of it. It says, don't eat Larry, use a comma, hashtag commas save lives. There you go. It's just fun. It's a fun shirt. It's just like, that was awesome. Sam says, is eating Larry healthy? I'm not really sure about that, but thanks for asking. And Ape, thank you about the like button. That is really nice. Thank you so much. It's always nice when people say that. I mean that. Thank you, my friend. 18 times. That's insane. That really is amazing. Steve, polarizing question. Circular is my favorite polarization. Very good. Thank you. Here's a newness, another person brand new to the channel. Welcome. Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Oscar Mike, welcome. Nice to have you. Thank you for coming. I love contesting. Call sign Romeo Sierra Tango. Whatever other info needed for the contest, and move on. Give your signal report and move on. No rag chew. Very good.
Tell me something good.
That's nice. Well done. That's funny. Jeff in Portland, no contest for me. I'm just a rag chewer or a listener. That works out well. That's good. Charlie from Red Summits here. Hi, Charlie. I just had an EKG. LOL. I hope it went good. I hope so. Charlie's one of the nicest people there is. Same with the Smoking Ape. Good people. And when they come to watch this, I'm always really honored. I am, because they put so much time into what they do, and they do it very well. And I mean it sincerely when I say thank you. I mean that. Thanks, guys. JJ in Canada, contests and even busy nets stress me out. Terrible. That's not good. Yeah, we have a problem. Charlie in Arizona says, I don't know why, but I always look at BZ latitude first to see if it's positive. And me, you know what? That's my first look too. Honestly, it is, because then if you're going to get a lot of fade. Makes a big difference. Once we get a positive, it should get good conditions. Geez, I'm looking at 12 right now. Look at 12. I'll give you a quick look. Look at 12 meters, because I usually have the radio on when I'm prepping. So digital is going like crazy on 12. That means you should be able to make good calls. 10 is not bad either. I mean, 10 is really not too bad. Bring up a little bit of the reference and just give you a little look. Just some light signals here in the Northwest on the 10 meter band, but 12 is definitely working. That's why I say data modes, will work very well for you, because they're working right now. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Tom in Bahrain, I don't contest, but don't mind giving points away. Then I slide up to 17 meters to see it come alive. Well done, Tom. It's true. You'll find a lot of people on 17 on contest weekends because they just don't like it. Welcome, Wine-In. That's continent number 5. Oh, my goodness, Wine-In, welcome. It's just good to have everybody back in studio. It's just so good. Jeez. It's fun to have everything here that I can play and have fun with. And, Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. Carrying on too much. Steve, I enjoy contests. Bands really active. Chance to work countries you may not see so much. Fun challenge to make that exchange with weak signals. I don't go in to win it. Maybe just a couple of hours. That's an interesting point. Steve, thank you for that. Truly. Steve's out of the United Kingdom, and that's true. I think a lot of people may look at contesting that way, a way to pick up other countries, right? I'm trying really hard to keep the buddy hex up. Just keep it up. 12 guide right now, so hopefully everything stays together because I want to work CQ Worldwide SSB. It would be a ball with that antenna. I just don't want to lose it, so I'm kind of weighing all of that. Phil, across the pond, welcome back. 2 Echo 0, Foxtrot Juliet, Quebec. Evening to you, my friend in the UK. Phil, thank you for coming. It's really nice to have you. Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union November is here. Hello, my friend. Always a pleasure to see you.
It's mighty hospitable of you.
Yeah. Good to see you, Andy. It's great to see all you guys. My goodness. Glenn Stevenson, there's continent number 6. Wow. We don't get a lot of 6 continent shows. Glenn, thank you. It's such an honor to see you. It says, hi, mate. A nice rainy day down here today. When we left California, they haven't had rain in a long time. They just haven't. Like here, I think the last day we really had good rain was, I don't know. I can't remember. It's been since June. I mean, since around early June. But down there, it's so much hotter and so much drier. And they have, fires down there. When we first got into California, it's no joke. We saw 24 Cal Fire vehicles headed south, and they were headed towards the Mosquito Fire, which was east of Sacramento, essentially. And when the rain came on Sunday morning, they were rejoicing. They really were, because they were waiting for some help and getting the ground wet. And rain is sometimes a real good thing, isn't it, Glenn? Nice to have you. Thank you. Really fun. Mohamad is here. My goodness, you know something? We're going to celebrate you today. We really are. I hope you stay tuned. He says, good morning, Larry, and everyone from East Malaysia. Glad to see you again. You know what? I'm honored to see you too, and we're going to honor you today during today's show. We really are. Yep, you and what's on your QRZ page. And thank you for coming again. Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Oscar Mike. That's really an honor to me. Thank you. A nice roar from Africa. Andy says, contests give us little guys a chance to be heard. That is very true. Nice comment, Andy. Thank you for that. Winan in Africa says, hate contests. They take over the band so you can't rank you. Arrgh! Welcome to William from Akron, Ohio. Hi, William. Alpha Delta 8 India Tango. A pleasant evening to their early evening in the beautiful state of Ohio. Steve from UK says, CQ Worldwide DX RIDI contest coming up this weekend. Have fun with that, mate. Yeah. What's nice about a lot of modern radios is they can decode RIDI, right? So you can just work it right off your screen. You got your CQ call. You've got your return call. You got everything all programmed. Just get it programmed in. And man, you can just have a ball with that. Really can. Steve, thank you for that. It's really good stuff. Also, welcome Cliff Bolts, Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar Bravo, Pop. It's always a pleasure to have you. Don't forget, today's contest question is about contesting. Don't forget, it's contest day. Do you like contests? Why or why not? I know it can be a polarizing thing because some people hate them because they go all over the bands. Or you've been on frequency, right? And you've been talking to somebody for a little while, and all of a sudden, and this is your call sign, and nothing is intended to be bad. This is Kilo 1 Alpha Bravo Charlo calling CQ contest, CQ contest. Going, I've been here 20 minutes. What the heck are you thinking? Oh, it can be frustrating, right? But maybe you're a contester. You like to do that. And to be fair, sometimes propagation works in a way that you just can't hear that station that was calling maybe CQ contests for an hour prior to you finally hearing them. It actually happened to me down in California at Dad's house this weekend. No kidding. Let's take a look at something. Today is the first day of fall, and I'm really excited to share this because on the first day of fall and the first day of spring, the same thing happens where we have special conditions. And we have to have two things. We have to have a good SFI, reasonably good. So you want it over 120, all right? You also want low noise floors, lower than a K2. Okay, well, K3 really, but you want K2 or lower. Today we have that. And this is a really special day. Let me show you why. The ionosphere is really the key, all right? We know the sun powers the ionosphere. Give me a second for a drink. Thank you so much, guys. We know the sun is what powers our ionosphere, right? When we get to the fall equinox and the spring equinox, our north and south poles get equal sunlight. It's absolutely equal on both sides. This makes the ionosphere very good at this time of year to make calls on the 20-meter band during the day, on 40 at night, because the ionosphere has the same charge to it all around the world because there's equal sunlight facing it, right? So when we get into the Earth's condition during equinox, okay, the sun's rays are pretty darn good all over the world. They really are. But they change from spring to summer and summer to fall, right? It's the way the North Pole and the South Pole each face the sun. So as we're dealing with the equinox, our ionosphere will get similar charge to it everywhere. Doesn't matter if it's a cloudy day. No, clouds have nothing to do with it. It really has to do with propagation because the sun's getting everywhere on the Earth equally. And if you look behind me here at the geochron, you'll see it's a flat line. I'm going to move out of the way here real quick. You see how it's basically straight up and down? That's because sunlight is the same in the north and south hemisphere. Now, when this happens, providing you have a reasonably good SFI, and we do, and you have low noise floors, which we have today, you're going to be able to make amazing calls. Really, 40 meters is dynamite this time of year. It really is. This is when 40 goes really good. Work it tonight. You might be surprised. Work it around gray line. That's amazing because you work 40. You got about a week to do this. You have to do it just today. Like, it's not only just good for today. It's like only on the equinox can you do this. No, it's about a week before and a week after. You got about 2 weeks of really making some great calls. Try 20 and 17 at dark, right when the sun goes down. You'll be stunned what happens. And then try 40 meters. It'll really make you great calls, and it'll be worthwhile. It'll be something you can really enjoy doing. The tough part is when we have high noise floors, which we'll have tomorrow, and then higher noise floors on Friday. When that happens, it's a little more difficult to make calls because the signal has to be so strong in order to go over the noise level. So a day-to-day it would be today. A time to do it would be today. So please do it if you can. Get on the air and have some fun on the air because this is a wonderful time of year to do so. Spring equinox and the fall equinox are both similar in how they work, but the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere gets a little more thunderstorms sometimes, but just enjoy it. You're in for a treat tonight. Have some fun with your radio. Yeah. By the way, I want to welcome a dear friend, and this is really cool, and I will get up to comments above this. Lloyd Farrington, who is a dear, dear friend of mine in the UK. Welcome, Lloyd. Thank you for being here. I hope your family is all well. Mike 5 Lima Delta Foxtrot, I think. I hope that's right. He says, hi, Larry. Managed to catch up with you again. Been a bit busy over here in the UK. I bet it has. Yes, and my condolences for all of you there in the UK with the death of Queen Elizabeth II. It's a terrible thing, and I'm very sorry, Lloyd, but it's really cool to have you back. Thanks, mate. Good to see you again. Mean that. Lloyd's a dear friend, a very dear friend. Thank you for being here. And the ape, I'm waiting for a Pector contest.
My name is Larry.
Oh my gosh, that would be so stinking funny. I just don't get it. I've got only 3 calls. I've been here for 7 hours. What's going on? Rodney, good to see you, by the way. Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for coming, and I mean that so much. He's a cool guy, and he helps me look good because he's got a good attitude. Welcome back, Rodney. Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. It's good to have you, mate. Golly. Mike has joined us from Jacksonville. His call sign Kilo Golf 2. Mike, hello to you and welcome. It's good to have you. And Rodney, thank you for the Discord link too. It's very nice. Phil in the UK, I love contesting as I don't do rag chewing. There you go. See the other side of the coin. You make more calls, right? That can be something really cool, right? Because you make calls to places that maybe you've never made a contact to before. Sure, it might be fast, but you made the connection. That's what matters. I had a really neat call a week ago to a guy who is so cool down in the Marshall Islands. And this was fun. He was using the Chameleon 2.0 vertical antenna, same one I used for POTA, same one. And, it wasn't a super strong signal, but I was able to pull him in. The antenna was pointed his way, and we made a great call. And we've become friends over email. I have thoroughly enjoyed learning about what he does there. That's the fun part of making calls with people that maybe you don't normally make calls with. Contests I know are faster, but it is neat to make calls into places you're not familiar with. Phil, thank you very much for that. Nice call. Nice comment. Very nice comment. Mike in Jacksonville, Kilo Golf 2, Mike. I like contests. A chance for me to put my equipment to the test. I run my radio and antenna to the max, and that's good. And I think that's what he says is really important too, because contesting prepares us for emergencies. Did you know that? It really does. It prepares us for emergencies. And we're going to have a little story in the news about something that recently happened to a lady that you may have heard of from Canada. Remember the lady who sailed solo around the earth, and it was the first time it ever been done in a sailboat? We'll talk about her today. Amazing story about how ham radio helped her to save her life. No kidding. Rodney, Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. I used to love contesting. I guess I have to get into it again. I just love DX too much, and that's me too, man. I mean, my favorite contest, I love field day, but it's an activity more than a contest, in my opinion. It's an activity. But I really love CQ Worldwide. I want to get better at DX, like in Morse code, so I could do that one too. But I'm going to try the Ready one this weekend. I think it'll be fun. And appreciate you, Lloyd, for being here. Mohamad, I like contests to catch all the rare DX stations. Speaking of which, look at his call sign. Note 9 Whiskey 8 Zulu Zulu Kilo. He likes to work contests, and he's got a great antenna setup. Work him. He's good. He's got an amazing set of antennas. We'll look at those today. Charlie from Red Summit RF, today's topic, I love it when I'm in it, not so much when I'm not, and trying to get on the air. Thank goodness for the work bands. Absolutely. Those work bands will be protected from contesting. Tony's here from the East Coast. Hi, Tony. It's always good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. And Lloyd, thank you. He says, thank you, Larry. Yes, a very sad time, especially after losing my own, oh my gosh, your own mom in February. Lloyd, I had no idea. I lost your mother. Seriously, man, my condolences with you there. Thank you for letting me know. I'm very sorry. Wow. For people that may not know who Lloyd is, Lloyd was with the Mary Hare School in the UK, who made a wonderful contact to the International Space Station, and they let deaf children make the contact. It's the first time in history. This had never been done before. He was part of the team of amateurs that got together at this school to let children who were hearing impaired ask questions of the astronauts. If you haven't seen it, oh my gosh, well, look it on YouTube. It's a great video. It's the Mary Hare School. Just look Mary, like M-A-R-Y, Hare, H-A-R-E, School, I-S-S. You'll be blown away. And he was the guy that was holding the microphone for each kid. Lloyd, you're a really good person, and it really is an honor for me to see you again. Thank you for coming back. Thank you very much. Best of Fozzie to your son. Steve says, agree. Off the top of my head, I've worked Svalbard, Åland Island, Faroe Island, and Andorra during contests. That's a nice comment. Let's see, Rodney's got to run. He's been working a lot of overtime. Man, just get some sleep, Rodney, and thank you for being here. I mean it. Whenever you come, it's a lot of fun. So thank you for coming. You make it a better show. All right, let's take a quick look at your news today in amateur radio and some neat story about how amateur radio helped somebody who's very successful. I mean, very, very successful in amateur radio and in sailing the world. No kidding. Now, there's something called the Big E, and this is not, this is actually not, if I could tell you how I really feel about the name.
Well, thanks, Larry. We'd have a penny for your thoughts, but I'm broke.
Excellent. Okay. All right. The Big E is actually New England's Great State Fair. It kicks off on Friday the 16th, so it's going on right now. It goes all the way through October 2nd, by the way. It includes Project Big E, a 17-day amateur radio exhibit that runs to the end of the fair on October 2nd. The fair itself is held in West Springfield, Massachusetts. It's the largest agricultural event on the eastern seaboard and the 6th largest fair in the nation. Planning for Project Big E began back in 2021 by Larry Cranes and Whiskey 1 Alpha Sierra Tango. He's ARRL, Western Massachusetts Section Affiliated Club Coordinator and President of the Hampden County Radio Association. Put that like on a little name tag. But anyway, they envisioned an exhibit that would demonstrate the many aspects of modern ham radio and provide an opportunity for future amateur radio operators to sign up for information and courses in their local area. This is happening. If you're in New England, please go to the fair. It's right there in West Springfield, and it's running through October the 2nd, right? Also, amateur radio helps disabled sailboat to be, well, it says right up at the top, helps it get to port, okay? Now, if you remember Jeannie Socrates, call sign Victor Echo Zero Juliet Sierra, she's a lady who sailed the earth by herself solo with her ham radios, right? And she made it, I think it was about a year and a half ago, maybe it was 2 years that she did this. And she's a really cool lady, really is. She was trying to head down from the farthest northwest point in North America and visit some friends in San Francisco, California. So she set off from Cape Flattery and headed to San Francisco. But 2 days of 35-knot winds and storms left her sailboat disabled and and her onboard radio equipment marginally operational. So here she was in a storm. Her radios are going out. She's got problems with her ship. And thankfully, amateur operators in New Mexico, California, and Canada, plus members of Group 7.155, heard her request for assistance. Gil Gray, November 2 Golf, was able to contact Socrates on 40 meters. Her power was extremely low, and she was unable to communicate on the 20-meter band. Now, remember, the maritime net is at 14.3, but she couldn't communicate there to notify the monitoring group that there was something wrong. She needed help with wind and sea conditions and tidal data for the San Francisco Bay Area. Low power output on the HF radio made it very difficult to get a Q5 copy, which would typically be Q2 or Q3. With the help of several software-defined radio operators in Utah, California, and Maui, Hawaii, they were able to glean enough copy to understand her situation and answer questions for her navigation. She was helped by Jonathan Ayers, Alpha India 6, November Alpha, and Edwin E. Jenkins, Kilo 6 Echo X-Ray Yankee, all experienced sailors, and they were able to make periodic contact with Socrates and give her updated wind reports. This is so cool how amateur radio got her under the Golden Gate Bridge and safely into Berkeley Marina. That's really cool, man. That's what we do. We don't hear enough of stuff like this. And this is a very special lady who did something pretty darn special, too. Heading over towards the UK, RSGB convention latest. The RSGB convention is going to take place October 7th through 9th. The online booking system for overnight packages, dinners, and the day tickets are going to close on October 2nd. So if you want to go to the RSGB convention, please make sure you get your tickets and book everything by the 2nd of October. Latest information can be found at rsgb.org/convention. Don't forget that all 3 UK amateur radio exams may be taken online at this year's RSGB convention. The foundation and intermediate exam are going to take place on Saturday and the full exam on Sunday morning. So if you want to be intermediate, you say your foundation, you want to go to the intermediate, take the exam on Saturday. If you're looking for the full exam, Sunday morning is your day. You'll need to book a place via the online form before September the 26th. Applications will not be accepted on the day of the test. If you have a question, please email exams@rsgb.org.uk, or you can book your place via the link on the RSGB's convention webpage at rsgb.org/convention. Also, in response to requests from radio amateurs and after contact from Ofcom, a special RSL Q was available from Wednesday, the 14th of September, until the end of official national mourning for Queen Elizabeth II on this past Monday, the 19th of September. Any licensed amateur radio operator in the UK was able to use this after their UK call sign prefix to show the respect for the Queen if they wish to do so. And a lot of people did. Just make sure you're not doing it anymore because it ended on Monday. All right, that's why I wanted to show you that little news. Last piece, and this is really cool. We don't get to hear a whole lot of information about this. At the World Radio Telecommunication Conference 2023, as it approaches, the studies regarding 23 SEMs and RNSS satellites are working towards conclusions. However, the IARU is not content that all the operational aspects of the amateur service usage of the 1240 to 1300 megahertz bands are being properly considered to develop an acceptable compromise for all concerned parties. You can find some more detail on the areas of concern on the discussion paper, posted on the global IARU WRC 23 webpage. Sorry, this is really small font. I just didn't have time to change it for you. Also, on Friday, September 23rd, that's coming up day after tomorrow, a team from High Impact, based on the Wirral, will be working with Everton Free School on another high-altitude balloon launch. That'll be fun. They're launching near Welshpool at 11 a.m. You can listen out on 434.250 megahertz upper side band, and the RTTY transmission will be at 300 baud with a 910 hertz shift, okay? The call sign will be Everton FS, so Everton Fox Sierra. The flight will be SSDV enabled, so there will be pictures being beamed back to Earth. This is so cool. Make sure, join them on Friday for that, all right? All right, my friends, we'll get your comments just a moment. Before we go any further, we do have to help people because we want to help them with that technician license. It helps them get on the air. Please sign up. You can do it at www.hamtestonline.com. 100% money back guarantee if you don't pass the test. And before we go too further, I do want to say this because it's kind of cool. Greg says the Big E on September 15th, 1921, Westinghouse was issued the randomly call sign WBZ. That's cool. That is pretty cool. And, that was just a few days ago, 6 days ago. WBZ celebrated 100 years. I know KFBK, Sacramento, is coming up on theirs in October. 100 years young. My goodness gracious. Mohamad said, before we get in the test here, Mohamad agrees with Steve. Once you work those rare stations, that's a satisfaction. Totally agree. And Greg says the inaugural program on WBZ was a remote broadcast originating from the Eastern States Exposition in West Springfield. That's pretty cool. Little facto nugget. Thank you, Greg. Very nice. All right. Technician license. We'll get into that and we'll give you an all-in just a minute because we got all the fun music and stuff back here in the shack. First question. What describes the ability to store energy in a magnetic field? Okay. The answer in this one is simply inductance. Remember, think of inductance as a way to pull things in, all right? In a magnetic field, the inductance pulls the magnetic waves in. Inductance with magnetic field. It's a way that your item, whatever you're building, is a radio or whatever, antenna or something, the ability to store energy in a magnetic field, an inductance. That's what we're talking about, right? Next question. Which of the following is required when making on-the-air test transmissions? Okay?
Okay, we had a problem here.
Yeah, third time, sorry. Yeah, anyway, when you're doing this, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is simply just identify your station. Just identify with your call sign. Pretty simple to do. Identify with your call sign so people know who you are and you're making tests, and try and keep them short, okay? Better yet, do it in a dummy load. I mean, if you want to just check to see how your antenna is propagating or whatever, I get it. But dummy loads are real good for making tests with too. All right. Next, what operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? And here's your all in. You see why the topic question was what it was today? This is why. Okay, so what operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? Is it simulated emergency exercises? Is it net operations? Is it C, public service events? Or is it D, contesting? Let us know, please, with A, B, C, or D, and we'll let you know who gets it right and gets some applause like this. Yep, contact as many stations as you can. Zip, lip, lickety split, so to speak. Neat comment from Lloyd. Mike, I think it's Mike 5, Lima Delta Foxtrot. Did I say it right? I hope so, Lloyd. Getting a license here in the UK is close to my heart, too. I'm currently NADARS courses and exams secretary. There you go. Well done, Lloyd. That's so cool. Want to welcome my dear friend Indy, all the way from Australia. Victor Kilo 2 X-Ray Bravo. He's a really a very good ham, and more than that, he's an exceptional man. Thanks for joining us, Indy. Nice to have you. All right. So what would basically be the point of contacting as many stations as you can for a specified period of time? Andy New, Mike 7 Charlie Union November says it is decontesting, and that would be 100% right. Yes, it is. Yeah, I think everyone's going to get this one. Mike got it in Jacksonville. Winan from Africa got it. Charlie in Arizona got it. Look at all the D's flying around from all over the world. It's amazing. Yep, it is D. And Indy, I really think it's D, being a pain in the fundamental orifice.
Tell me something good.
Jeez, Indy. This is supposed to be a PG show. Andy Cowley, 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo. Welcome, my friend. It's always good to have you. And Indy, you're welcome. It's all true. You're a very, very good man. You really are. Yep, it's contesting. The whole idea of a contest is to try and make as many contacts as you can. And you're gonna make sure that this station has your call sign and a signal report from you, and you have their call sign and a signal report from them. Once you have that, you have made a successful call. The idea of it is to make as many calls as you can during a specified period of time. It's called contesting, and that happens just about every weekend in amateur radio. It's true. But not all bands do it. You can't do it on every single band. The work bands are exempt. Those you can't do it. 17, that's why 17 meters usually gets pretty darn busy during contests. So, yeah, you'll find out most people just do not do the work band. If you're new to amateur radio, ARRL Field Day, or maybe, like a field day in your country, is a great way to do this. It's not competitive. It's not meant to be. It's some way that you can get yourself comfortable with trying to make lots of calls. Maybe something to think about. Next question. What is the characteristic appearance of a cold tin lead solder joint? Okay. Cold tin lead solder joint. The characteristic is going to be lumpy. It's going to be rough too. That's what it is. So a rough or lumpy surface. There's kind of a cousin to this question too. All right. And it'll be dull. All right. And it's going to be not uniform. So dull and not uniform. But this is the other answer. Rough or lumpy. Look for that about a cold tin solder joint and you'll have this answer. Okay, I know we just had this one, but it came up again, so there you go. What does the abbreviation FET stand for? It means Field Effect Transistor. FET, Field Effect Transistor. And this is kind of what they look like. At the very bottom, it acts as an amplifier or switch using a small input voltage to control a current. That's what FETs do. And they're very important, and they are used in just about every radio there is out there. FET, Field Effect Transistor. Next question. Which of the following describes alternating current? Okay. A, current that alternates between a positive direction and zero wouldn't cover it because it goes positive and negative, right? So look at C, current that alternates between positive and negative directions, and you will have the answer right. That's just basically describing what alternating current does, right? Next question. Which of the following is included in packet radio transmissions? Here it comes for the ape. Packet. Okay, all of these things are involved in packet radio, all right? There is a checksum that permits error detection, all right? There is also a header that contains the call sign to which the station is being sent for, right? Also, automatic repeat request in case of error. All of these are correct when you're including just information about packet radio. Remember, a checksum that permits error detection, also a header, that'd be the top of it, that contains the call sign of the station to which the information is being sent to, all right? And then the third, automatic repeat request in case of error. Sometimes it takes more than one send to get the entire message. So that's why it's all of these choices are correct. Okay? All right, next question, and we've got a few more. What formula is used to calculate voltage in a circuit? Remember, E's on top, I for current would be on the bottom, and R would be next to I on the bottom. If you put like a triangle or a circle, and you made like a line between it right in the middle, and made a second line down at the bottom, making three parts, right? E would be at the top, I would be at the left side on the bottom, R would be on the other side on the bottom. So therefore, E, which is what we're looking for, voltage, equals I times R. That's how you do it, right? E equals I times R. And this is what that looks like. See, you deal with a circle, a line through the middle of it, and then a line down. The finger that's there, the little drawn finger, is covering where the E goes. Okay, so E equals I times R. As long as you have either, current and you have resistance, you can find E. If you have, E for voltage and you have resistance, you can find current. It's different ways to find it, but it's a great formula to remember, okay? What type of component is often used as an adjustable volume control? This is simply called a potentiometer. I know it's a big word, okay? It's the knob that you've used on your stereo your whole life. It's the one that you use on your amateur radio too. It's simply a potentiometer, okay? It helps to determine how much voltage is used for powering up your speaker, your headphones, or perhaps maybe it could be for your passband tuning. It might even be for your RF gain. It's a potentiometer. That's all it is. Next, what decibel level represents a power increase from 20 watts to 200 watts? This is really easy, and I want you guys to understand how simple it is, right? How many times does 20 go into 200? 10, right? So therefore, it's 10 dB. Whenever you see this question, right, divide the smaller number into the bigger number, okay? 20 divided by 200 equals 10 dB, and you will have it right, okay? And this tells you about it here. So you can calculate this in your head without using any formula. A power increase from 20 watts to 200 watts is a factor of 10, which by definition is 1 bell. 1 bell is 10 decibels. Thanks to the people of HemTest Online for powering our HemBite segment today. They will help you get licensed anywhere in the United States. And if you want to get your beginning license, you're the technician. Possibly you want to get your mid-level license, which is the general, or the very top license, the amateur extra. They have syllabus for all three of those exams. Find them at www.hemtestonline.com. And remember, 100% money-back guarantee if you don't like the stuff and you don't pass the test. Neat group of people. Neat group of people. And I just missed a phone call. It's okay. They'll call back, I hope. Indeed. Wow, it's been years since I've done Packet. Yeah, for all of us. But neat thing, it doesn't stop, right? It doesn't stop. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Things still get used. Amateur radio is like the storage room for things that is no longer used for most places in the world. We just don't let go of stuff, right? I mean, after World War II, right, they found they could bounce signals off the moon. They thought it was pretty cool. Amateurs found they could do it too. But what they did was the government let go of it, but amateurs didn't. They kept doing it. Same with radio teletype. It's been around forever. We don't ever get rid of stuff in amateur radio. We just find ways to use it and have fun with it.
Now, I say cut that out. What's it all about, boy? Elucidate.
It just means that we keep stuff alive and we keep using it. That's what it means. Okay. Andy New says, we use V for voltage in the UK. Yeah, wherever you go, that's what you use. And wine, and yeah, pot. It's called a pot. Even in radio, our boards were called pots. That's what it was. All right, I think we got everybody caught up. Good. We're good to go. I want to do a thing that I'm so excited to do because he's here right now and we're beaming his direction. So what do you say we play something fun that we've never played on the show before? Be kind of fun. Maybe something nice.
Oh, whatever, Larry.
Great. Okay. Let's go and say thank you to somebody who watches the show. All right. This is going all the way out to East Malaysia, my friends. Yes, it is. Mohamad Zahir bin Zakaria. This is so cool. Call sign 9 Whiskey 8 Zulu Zulu Kilo. He's in East Malaysia. He's got Continents of the World, Grid Squares, World Radio Friendship, and he has really done some cool stuff. Let's take a look. Here's Mohamad right there on a park bench with a nice little, it looks like a Sasquatch or something. I'm not sure, but I like it. Mohamad, this is a great picture. I love it. On his QRZ page, he gets a really neat picture of where he's at in the South China Sea right there at Sarawak. Isn't that cool? That's where he's at there. We'll take a closer look where he's at in the world with that too. Look at this. This is his daughter, Ania. She's only 7 years old and got the gear on. It is so awesome, man. Nice shot. That's a nice one. Not to be outdone, he's got a son named Jay, 9 years old, and look at that big smile. Is that cool or what? My goodness, this is so neat, Mohamad. Thank you for this. Here is a picture of his flag, and take a look. You see the satellite dish? It's pointed straight up. And the reason, they're basically on the equator, which is where satellites for communication, like television and, all these stuff is. It's pointed straight up because that's where Mohamad lives. That's cool, right? All right, here's his antenna. That's just one of them. Take a look at what he's using, and here is his antenna from the road. He lives in a beautiful house, doesn't he? And here, look at this, front antenna, end-fed half-wave, 49-to-1 inverted L, covers 40 meters to 10 meters. Well done, Mohamad. That is amazing. All right, let's get a looky-loo at where he's at, okay? Kuching, this is where he's located. As you go out a little bit, you'll see he's not too far away from Singapore and beautiful, beautiful beaches everywhere. This must be just a paradise. He's right there in the South China Sea, just across from Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, and a little bit to the east, to the northwest, said wrong way, southwest of the Philippines. Isn't that beautiful? This is where Mohamad lives. He calls this place home. And here's where he's at as you kind of, go out and you take a look at Australia and Southeast Asia. He's in Southeast Asia right there, and my goodness, if these aren't the best pictures in the whole doggone world, I've never seen them before. Great pictures of your kids. Mohamad, 9 Whiskey 8, Zulu Zulu Kilo, thank you sincerely for being a watcher of Ham Radio Live, mate. That is so cool. Wow. That astounds me. Mohamad, thank you. Thank you very, very much for watching the show. My best to you and your family, and thanks for making my day special. It really does. We have a topic question today, and it's kind of a polarizing one. Might make you think a little bit. Do you like contests? Why or why not? Let me know. We'll make it part of the show before we scoot any further, okay? I don't have a whole lot more left, but I do have trivia questions, okay? I don't have Discord stuff. I couldn't have gotten it in today. Couldn't have done it. Let me zoom in and just take a look at some questions. Make sure we get everybody. We've got it all done. Joshua Bateman, welcome. That's a first timer. Hi, Joshua. Nice to meet you. My name is Larry. It's an honor to have you. He said, just stumbled on this channel. Great channel, Larry. November 1, Juliet Bravo. Thanks, Joshua. That's very nice. That made my day. Thank you. Come anytime, okay? Usually do the show live at noon Pacific, which is 1900 UTC this time of the year. when we move the clocks forward. Fall back, sorry. Then it goes to 20. But yeah, 1900. We're here at noon Pacific every day. Love to have you. Got a front row seat. We'd love to have you here, man. Thank you very much. Me and Joshua. That's so cool. Thank you. Let's see. Charlie says, Foghorn Leghorn is the best. That's a joke, son. I say, that's a joke. Remember Foghorn Leghorn on more Looney Tunes, man? He was always just so much fun.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Yeah, pretty much. Good old Foghorn Leghorn.
What's the big idea? Don't stand there gawking, son. Speak up.
A lot of fun. Thanks, Charlie. It's a lot of fun. Your radio could be fun. I mean, I think this is the greatest thing in the world to do with the time that you have where you could just hang out and spend time for yourself. This is the most fun thing in the world I've ever found. And it should be fun. Why can't we have fun doing it? It doesn't have to be all stuffy. It can be fun too. And I'm glad you're part of everything. Thank you guys all for being here, and I mean that. Thank you. Thanks, Charlie. Very nice. Indy says, in all honesty and with no disrespect, I would never even have attempted to say his full name because I would ruin it. But I'm an idiot. No, you're not. Stop it. You're a wonderful guy. Anybody who knows Indy knows he's a really special guy. Indeed. He is. He is, Indy's one of those kind of guys that you truly, and I mean this is unsolicited. You're a richer person when you converse with him because he comes from a background that no one else has probably ever thought of. He was actually raised in New Guinea. He was raised there. He was brought up first in New Guinea, educated over in Australia. I mean, Indy has such a very rare and special perspective of our world. And anytime you have an opportunity to talk with him, it's a very special speak. Very special talk. Really is. Indy, you're a good man. You really are. And I'm honored you're here. And I've enjoyed our conversations. So thank you for that. And thank you, Mohamad. That's so nice. Thank you, Larry. God bless you and your family. Thank you for watching the show, man. I'm just really grateful you're here. Thank you. I love the picture of your kids. They're so cool. Thank you. Roger McKeon joins us from Spokane, Washington. He is so cool, too, with his dog, too. Kilo Juliet 7, Lima Lima X-Ray, and Molly Mix K9. Welcome. We can't get very more people here. More people here, and Larry's mind will explode because there's no way. We're getting the mind filled up now with call signs, but I do remember theirs, and that's my joy. Sean, hey guys, I worked Bobby Victor Papa 8 Alpha Delta Romeo the other day, and JW0 Alpha in Svalbard today. Very happy indeed. What you are, Sean. Wow, that is so cool. What a great day. This is such a good day to work your radio. Really is. Eamon from Indiana, contests are not a priority for me, but I like to work stations to give them points. That's a nice comment. Yep. Same as Tom. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, this is very important. We must do this because we always do this when we celebrate things. And we'd like to celebrate things here that may be different for other people, like give you a birthday or anniversary or whatever. But we don't do it that way. We actually do something that we really thank somebody for coming here and telling us something. It's very, very special. So, if you don't mind, Randy K got his new call sign, Kilo Kilo 1, November Golf Romeo. Well done, sir.
There's good news tonight.
Nice work, Randy. Congratulations, mate. That is so awesome. That is really cool. Thanks, Randy, for sharing that. That's awesome stuff. I mean that. Lloyd Farrington, as I've said to you before, not a fan of contesting. Yep, true. You have. We've talked about that. There we go. Now we got all of the every one of the Foghorn Leghorn references we could possibly have with Indy. Say, boy, I say.
Hey, that's a joke, son.
Yeah. Oh, man. He was funny. Remember with Egghead? Remember he's like Egghead. Egghead was the little kid that was a genius, the little genius chick, right? Little boy, and Foghorn Leghorn was always trying to explain like he knew so much, and Egghead would make it 10 times simpler and actually make it work. That's the story of some people in ham radio like me. I'm the guy like Foghorn Leghorn. I'm not the smart one. Lloyd Farrington says, yeah, we had a problem with spring forward and fall back when you interviewed me, making me late for my cab. Sorry about that. Dan Martin's here, Whiskey One Bus, and I love that call, and he's got a real Volkswagen bus. No kidding. Dan, welcome. Dan Martin, wow. And it's a beautiful bus. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Volkswagen buses are worth a lot of money today. Oh my gosh. They are worth a fortune. Dan, it's great to have you as always. It really, really is. Whining, I'm so smart, I can be an honored radioactive radio amateur.
Oh, whatever, Larry.
Thank you. It's his words. That's beautiful. Thank you. And nice context. Well, Patty Roach is here. Hi, Patty. 2 Echo Zero Tango Whiskey Delta. Hi, Larry and friends. Good to see you, Patty. Thanks for coming. Indy says, I promise you that amateur radio is the most fun you can have driving a truck. And thank you for your unwarranted kind words. You're very welcome, Indy, and thank you. Thank you. It's fun. It really is fun. It's a great hobby. It really is. Steve worked Gibraltar today with Newham that just passed his test today. That is awesome stuff. Oh, wow. Hey, man. Steve, that's a big deal. Just the guy that he got the call with just passed his license. That's amazing. He said he was being supervised at a radio club and doing a great job. Congrats to not only you, Steve, for making the call to Gibraltar, but also that ham that was making his first calls. That's cool. That's really cool. Randy K., welcome. First timer. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome. My name's Larry. Honored to have you. Greg says, favorite Foghorn Leghorn quote. She reminds me of Paul Revere's ride. A little light in the belfry. He had a lot of funny stuff. He did. Andy from Australia with Victor Kilo 2 X-Ray Bravo. Contests drive me absolutely nuts. However, I will quite willingly answer them to give them a contact, each to their own. True. Yeah, that's it. Like I say, it's one of those things, it's new, right? For people who get into contesting, they enjoy it very much. There's really good ones, right? They can do it in like less than 8 seconds. Contact. 8-second pace or less. They're amazing people. To be able to juggle all that and make it work. True. Sean, the UK, love working Gibraltar. Well done. And great to work at Newham. Absolutely. Yep. Well done. All right. Let's go take a look. Upstairs, the Angry Hams. We got new trivia for you and a fun pop trivia question coming up. But first, we got to see what's going on with the Angry Hams now that they're back here at the house.
It's too bad Gonzo's leaving the show.
Yeah, I can think of some other people I'd rather see leave the show.
Who?
Me.
Angry Hams. Okay. Here's one. This is fun. And since we've got people here from the South Seas, a great question. What is the abbreviation for the official amateur radio society in Papua New Guinea? All right. So is it A, Golf Alpha Romeo Sierra November Papa, Garsnip? Is it B, Papa November Golf Alpha Romeo Sierra? That kind of seems plausible. Is it C, Golf Alpha Romeo Sierra Papa November? Or is it D, Papa November Alpha Romeo Golf Sierra? Looking again for the official amateur radio society in Papua New Guinea. Let me know, please. A, B, C, or D. First one to get it right breaks the tie. Good luck, everyone. Yep, this is a fun one. Mike first in. By the way, Joshua, I want to get this. This is nice. Joshua Bateman, welcome back. This is Randy. Don't forget to get your free QRZ down. Yes, from QRZ. You can get a free radio, Randy. No joke. It's only through the end of October, though, and also only while supplies last. It's called the QRZ-1 handheld radio. Man, it'll work you it'll work you VHF and UHF, and it's supposed to be a really good radio, a decent, excellent first starter radio. So, Randy, just contact QRZ. Let them know you got your license and you're new. They'll check your database, everything, make sure that, you're new and everything, and you get a free radio. That's pretty cool, right? It don't get better than that. Okay, back to trivia. What's the official abbreviation for the Amateur Radio Society in Papua New Guinea? First up, Mike from Jacksonville. Kilo Golf 2, Mike. He says D. And this would kind of seem right. Papua New Guinea Amateur Radio Golf Society, Amateur Radio Group Society, whatever. But that's not it. But that's really close, Mike. I mean, really, because this is a tough one. It kind of is. Not super easy. All right. Second one to come in, Andy Cowley has C. That would be Golf Alpha Romeo Sierra Papa November. And that's not it either. Andy New, third id, Mike 7, Charlie Union November with B. That would be Papua New Guinea, so PN, General Amateur Radio Society, and that actually is the correct answer. Congratulations, Andy. Yes, it is. That's it. He got it right. Yep, it's PNGARS, Papua New Guinea, Gulf Amateur Radio Society. Yeah. Papua New Guinea, there, PNG, Papua New Guinea Amateur Radio Society. That's what it stands for. Andy New, well done on that. Charlie had A on this one. Mike, welcome back. Kilo Fox 4, Bravo Oscar Golf. Welcome back, Mike. Nice to have you. Thanks for coming, buddy. And Roger McKeon. Oh, boy. So the Foghorn Leghorn references are coming out of the woodwork. He's about as sharp as a bowling ball. Yep. Steve in the UK with D. Patty with D. Winan with C. Phil from across the pond with D. We've got a B from Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Oscar Mike, and that's correct too. Well done. Nice work. Randy with a D. Eamon with a B. And Indy, honestly, haven't a clue, but probably B. And that's true. That's where he was born. No kidding. No kidding. He says, sorry, it's a new vanity call, not a new license. But we'll just celebrate it anyway, Randy. Because we like that. That's fun. Anything to throw a party here. All right, second question. By the way, that puts the world up by 5, okay? Often at the end of a CW QSO. Now, for new people, CW means Morse code. QSO means contact, right? So often at the end of a Morse code contact, the final characters sent to signify all finished is what? Is it A, dit dit? Is it B, da da? Is it C, dit 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 dit? Or is it D, dit? Let me know, please. A, B, C, or D, the final character sent in a Morse code transmission. Good luck to you. We'll see. Patty Roach, first one in. 2 Echo Zero, Tango Whiskey Delta. This is a fun one. I actually like this one. This one's kind of a fun one to do. He guesses on this one, A, dit dit, and dit dit is correct. Well done, sir. Yes, it is dit dit. Nice job, Patty. The world's up by 10. And there's no way they can lose the lead today. That's great. Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Oscar Mike got C. Charlie with A. Winan with the S, and that's good. Okay. Eamon with A. Andy with D. Mike with A. Andy with A. Phil got A. Steve with A. And Mike also with A. Good job. Winan says, mean S close to S. That's okay. Joshua with A. Welcome, Talai. This is the first time. Is it Talal? I'm sorry, Talal. Call sign Alpha 65 Foxtrot November. Welcome. What an honor to meet you. Default, thank you. Talal, thank you for coming. I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. I don't mean to. It is such an honor to meet you. Thanks for being here. Alpha 65 Foxtrot November. Wow. Winan also got that right. And Indy says, actually, it would be Papua New Guinea Amateur Radio Service as a guess, because it is always Papua New Guinea, never New Guinea on its own or any contraction. Thank you very much, Indy. Yep. And Charlie, shave and haircut. Dit, dit. There you go. Well done. Did you get it? Sir, like shave, it used to be shave and haircut, 2 bits or 4 bits, whatever. That was the old saying. So sorry, you got shave and haircut. Dit, dit. Well done. Thank you, Charlie. I liked it. That's always funny. Fernando's here. Hi, Fernando. Fernando de Carvalho Arroyo. And I probably said that wrong. Good night, my friend. Greetings from Brazilian Northeast lands. Fernando, welcome. It's so good to have you. It's an honor to say hello to you in Brazil. Thank you, my friend. What a treat. That is really special. Really special. Thank you, my friend. Really mean that. This has been a very fun show. Appreciate it. Question number 3, and the world can't lose the lead, which is even more fun. Fernando, stick around. Don't go yet. Here is the third question. What country has the most bicycles per capita? I didn't say most bicycles. It's most bicycles per capita, so it means per population, right? Is it A, Sweden, Is it B, Germany? Is it C, Denmark? Or D, the Netherlands? Which country has the most bicycles per capita? A, B, C, or D? And we will find out who gets it right first. Good luck. And Talal, it's nice to have you. By the way, dear friend Raleigh, good morning to you all the way in New Zealand. Zulu Lima 1, Bravo, Quebec Delta. Dear friend, and a guy that's trying to help people in New Guinea to get amateur radio gear too. Raleigh, welcome. It's nice to have you here. It really is, Ron. What a treat. Don't say that enough to you. Thanks, Raleigh. All right. What country has the most bicycles per capita? Let's find out what you know. What you know. Andy knew first in with D, the Netherlands. And that came in really quick. But we'll give you this one, Andy. Okay? We'll give that. D, the Netherlands. He is 100% correct. Well done. Yep, it is the Netherlands. Look at that. Yeah, look at that number. Isn't that crazy? 99.1%. No kidding. That's the number. 99.1. Charlie had C on that one, and he was close. Well, look at the numbers. These are actually the percentage of people in each country and how much they have in terms of the numbers, percentage, right? It's amazing. Patty Roach also got it. Look at that. Cliff also got it. Phil across pond was C. Winan had it right. Mike had it right. Eamon had it right. Andy was C. You guys know the Netherlands has all... My gosh. You guys are brilliant. Look at all you guys getting D. I'm like, well, how can they possibly know this? But they do. Raleigh says China, 9 million. Yes, true. Yes, but per capita, it's the Netherlands. No kidding. But I did think of that, Raleigh, like 9 million, right? Oh, yeah, have to be. Absolutely. I thought it was hard, but you guys just nailed this from all over the world. Amazing. Kevin, welcome. Kilo Zero, Kilo Lima Bravo, one of the wonderful people that we have here that has a YouTube channel that really does it well, too. Thanks, Kev. Appreciate you all. Let's take a quick look, all right? So Sweden just gets one with snow, but that's Sweden. Sweden, these are not like big bikes, with everywhere, but it just gives you an idea each place. So here's Sweden. Why it's twice Sweden, I'm not sure, but that's better. Second one's Germany. Look at the little German flag flying there over the little handlebar. That's nice. Now we've got Denmark. Also twice. But there's Denmark. Bicycle right there in Denmark. And last of all, here is the Netherlands. And this is really a good example of how to park your bike in a very tight area. Unbelievable. Charlie says World War II history regarding the Netherlands and their bikes. Raleigh says, according to Kate Malua, there are 9 million bicycles in Beijing. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. But for people, in terms of people in the country that have bicycles, unbelievable. 99%? Amazing. Oh, we have 2 bikes here. I don't have my own, though, which is kind of funny. Anyway, guys, good day, turn your radio on. Really a good day or good evening. Low noise floors should stay good probably till about 300 to 600 UTC, maybe a little past that. So good noise floors. And then they're going to go up, and they'll be up Friday really high. Looks like maybe a G1 storm for Friday. So make some calls today. You'll love the calls that you make. Okay. My name's Larry. My call sign amateur radio is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I want to thank you guys coming from around the world. This is just a true treat for me to do this show and do it to give back and help others to get amateur radio. If you would like to get amateur radio and get your license, a great place to go would be the Wireless Institute of Australia. And Larry being Larry, Larry being Larry.
My name is Larry.
I've been getting the doggone web address wrong this whole time. I want to thank somebody who sent out a nice email to me in a kind way saying, mate, you got that thing wrong. You got to put it in right. So I did, thanks to a listener that watches the show. Thank you. I mean that. If you're in Australia or not in Australia, the oldest club in the entire world is the Wireless Institute of Australia. They can help you find an amateur radio club wherever you are in this world. Just reach out to them, let them know you want your license and where you live. Simple stuff. They'll send you an email back has an amateur radio club close to you, you contact that club, let them know you want your license. They'll send you a club back, and then you get that club in contact. Say, I'd like to get my license. Can you help me? They're going to do everything they can to help you pass your test and get your license. Start by reaching out to the Wireless Institute of Australia at www.wia.org.au. Remember, www.wia.org.au. Thanks for joining us today on Ham Radio Live. We're going to close actually with a sign-off from Australia, so I hope you enjoy it. This will be from Australia. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you. I've missed you so doggone much since we did the last live show. Thank you for watching this show today. I hope you have a good night's rest, a wonderful day tomorrow, and wherever you may be, you're blessed. Bye, everybody.
And that's all we have for you for the time being. But tomorrow night sees one of our most popular programs return, the delightful comedy series Fresh Fields. See William and Hester creating chaos in so many new ways as Fresh Fields returns at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Then there's our Friday movie, more comedy, as Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor and Jill Clayburgh star in the madcap story Silver Streak. At 10:20, we have a special profile of Australian author Peter Carey, who has just been awarded the prestigious Booker Prize for Literature. The program is called Beautiful Lies. After that, there's The World Tonight, then our late movie, a classic with Bob Hope, Bing Crosby and Dorothy Lamour, along with a galaxy of Hollywood stars in Duffy's Tavern. And after all that, you'll be able to rage to top music clips. So a great night in store, Friday night on ABC. In the meantime, though, on behalf of all of us at ABC, Tony Featherston wishing you a very good night.
Have a break. Kit Kat.